spinning. Hey, everybody. Super excited to have you here. Week 2 with my friend Donald from Canada, going over everything AI and automated. Super excited. I am in Chicago. I'm in a hotel room in Chicago. So I'm just praying that the reception holds up here. So if it's shoddy reception, that is the reason why. But we are talking about open house automate. I would say animation.
Hey, animate the open house. Let's go.
Automation, open house automation. So thank you so much, Donald, for being here and so excited for week 2 with you.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's an honor again. You have some of the best listeners out there. So it is such an incredible, truly is an honor to be able to be a part of this with you. And yeah, I'm excited for this too.
Yeah, and anybody that's listening in, this is interactive. So if you have questions for Donald, please put them in the chat and we'll get them answered for you live.
Yes, and again, like challenge me. Give me some marketing questions. If it's outside the open house stuff, I can bunny trail. Trust me, I have ADD, and I actually just let my ADD go for a post I did on social media where I was just driving. I'm like, all right, you want to see how my brain works? Because I had a lot of meetings that day, and someone's like, I'd love to see what your brain's like. I'm like, okay, let's just do this. Put it on and just ramble, and that's my brain on a regular basis. So. But yeah, we can chat about the AI open house and all that kind of stuff and the automation. What I would really want to challenge everyone who's paying attention, everyone who's watching, the biggest challenge I want you to do is really question what you're doing. Why are you doing something? If you're doing an initiative because you want to be busy, great, be busy. Why don't you be busy helping out people less fortunate, people, help them out in hospice, help them out in children care. Like, you can help people and be busy that way. But if you're doing it for your business, it's about efficiency. Why are you doing it? How can you double down? Like, that's literally what the logo kind of stands for. Instead of just doing one little triangle, how do you do multiple things and level it up? Like, that's literally what our logo is. Plus it kind of looks like a house and a home plate, because I love baseball. As you can.
That's right. See, multi-purpose.
Oh yeah. Again, multiple purpose. Don't do one initiative. Do multiple purposes on that same initiative. So when you're sending your referrals to Wilmington, North Carolina, you're sending them to Jennifer to begin with.
Please.
And that referral is not just going to be one house, because she's going to sell them on all the different communities, and then it's just going to go exponential. And then in return, they're going to tell them, hey, you know what? If you do need to leave North Carolina, which I think I saw a stat that you're the #1 state in all of the states for the most growth.
Yeah. And between us and Myrtle Beach, year after year, we're #1 and #2 for most inbound people moving.
Wow. Yeah. So if for any reason you would want to leave, I don't know why you would, but if you would want to leave the Wilmington area, because of their referral to you, you're going to send it back to them. So again, leveraging things, right? That's the best part about a network. And that is exactly what we're doing right here in this open house conversation. So if you think about the traditional method of an open house, it's put a sign out, some riders like, hey, open house on Saturday or Sunday or whatever your jam is. I personally like doing, especially for a lease, if you ever have a lease and you're just setting them all up, you're like, I don't want to show up to this house and then the person not show. So what I would do is I would do it on a Thursday from 6 till 8 o'clock, and I'd send everyone there from 6 to 8 o'clock. And once they see the lineup and I have all the applications and clipboards, they're like, oh, and it's done. So again, efficiency, not being
drive that demand up.
Yeah, drive the demand up, get the efficiency in there, get it all done. Use single key as an example. If you don't have single key, start looking into it. If you do a lot of leases, it's phenomenal. But with all that being said, for your open houses, you would think about what you do. Like, oh, you know what? I do a little post from social media. Fantastic. Great. Love that for you. Now you are doing a small piece of it. And that's maybe where it started for me, is that little post of me. There's actually a video that it's still floating around. There's one of these like baths that has like a shower attachment, and it looks like one of those old school like 70s phones. So I had a social media video because I was just being me, grabbed it, put it to my ear, and like, oh, you're talking about whatever address I was at the time. Yeah, it's an amazing bungalow. Oh, it's for you. And I went to the social media camera. It's just me playing on the shower equipment. But anyways, that social media post got attention, and that came from my open house. And I started realizing, oh, how do I get this open house to automate more information? How do I get this open house to do further? I'm there for 3 hours at the open house. Well, it's like a half hour before up to a half hour after. How to make those 3 hours super impactful? And it's not just sitting there waiting for someone to come through and run your finger down the glass like it's that episode of Friends with Joey and the little like water drip of things coming down. You're like, I just hope someone shows up. It's being impactful. So even if no one shows up to your house, doing those social media posts, you can still reach people. People go, oh wow, this guy's out there showing up at the house. Don't if no one shows up to your colleagues and your friends, you can do these like, I'm so lonely. And we understand it's funny, but you're not selling to other agents. So the last thing you want to do is your clients see that on social media and be like, oh, that my anxiety just doubled. So yeah, let's take a second to say hi to
Everybody saying hey to everybody.
Hey, Dallas, Texas. We got
Gainesville, Florida,
and
Virginia, and Texas, another Texas.
Yeah. So but the idea is remember who your posts are for. It's to get clients. It's to your prospects. It's not to other real estate agents. Put that post in a private thread somewhere else, or send it as a text message to a friend. Don't post it to show everyone how bad your marketing is. That's a horrible way. Let's be honest. So the other aspect of things is you can start leveling up even further. A big part of our coaching, and a big part of who I am, is to remember that this world is bigger than you. That you have the ability as a business owner, as a CEO, to pour into more than yourself. We have 8 virtual assistants. I have the opportunity to pour into 8 other people's lives and watch them flourish. And I love that for them. I have the ability in the coaching space now to pour into other real estate agents' lives and help them level up. And I love that for them. And I love seeing their growth. I love it when someone like Joey Stanberry from Dallas sends me a screenshot and says, oh my goodness, I can't believe this social media trick that you showed me worked. I've got a home evaluation now next week. Like, that worked. I'm like, yeah, that's amazing for you. I love that. Keep going. Not like that guy needs any more listings. Holy cow, he's a listing machine. Or other different initiatives where people say they're struggling with something. I can make that one little tweak and see that change. So with your social media aspect, it can be bigger than you. It can be about, what about this local mom and pop shop around the corner? Like we talked about last week about, was it Riverstone? Is that the river? What's that riverside? Oh, river. Oh, I lost your volume. Oh no, we lost your volume again. Oh, the hotel cut her off. If everyone can see me, I'll keep going. You know me, I can talk forever. Can you all hear me on Facebook World? Just toss a thumb up in the chat or throw it. Oh, you can hear me. All right, good. I'll keep going then. So apparently the hotel doesn't want Jennifer to talk. So she'll come back. I'm sure she will. But if let's say you have a community you're in, like one of these amazing areas that Jennifer and I talked about last week, and you have the opportunity to pour into a mom and pop shop and put them on the map. Do you realize that goodness that you're giving yourself on that also helps you? Because if you start making posts about them, then their audience is going to see you. If you start making articles and blogs about them and backlink yourself into their website, it will help you both rise. So that also becomes a pillar. If you think about it, restaurant near me or cafe near me or whatever it is near me, that's got a location-based service on it. You can start capitalizing on that location. Where we're going with all this is think bigger. Think about how you can make that open house a lot bigger and a lot more effective and reach more people. Not just you reaching consumers or clients, but how do you reach businesses? How do you help others grow? If you are doing it right, everyone around you should be growing. You build your empire by building your community. Now, if you think about your open house, people walk in the door. What is it like? You walk in, a lot of agents say, hey, sign this sheet. I need to start spamming you with emails and text messages and calls, and I'm going to harass you like crazy if you sign up. So please sign up before you can enter. I don't want this. Hey, you're back. I don't want to get spammed. I'm not going to give you my information. And if you got to think about it, what value have you given other than standing there and unlocking the door for them for you to deserve the privilege of having their information? You've done nothing.
That's
You
right.
don't deserve that information. You're just standing there and facilitating something for your seller or for another agent in the office because you want the opportunity to add value to someone. You got to stop thinking in open houses that you're there to meet clients. No, you're there to add value to the mom and pop shop with maybe some fresh baked scones at the open house, sponsored by them. Let them know what you're doing. First time you might be paying full pop. Second time they start realizing what you're doing, you're posting about it, you're backlinking, you're tagging them on social media. They're going to start building a relationship with you the more you do it in that. And they may actually say, you know what? We love that you're doing this. Here's some coupons. Can you give out 25% off if they come? And you can set those things up. That's fantastic. I love that. And then guess what? You start to build a brand or recognition, maybe get your business card at their spot. So if they have a regular coming in for their weekly bread, they're like, oh, here you go. Like, oh, who's this? Oh, it's Jennifer Bullock. Oh, yeah. She sells this area like crazy. She's always doing open houses in here and she's busy. Really? I got to talk to her to sell my house then because this is my favorite bakery and this is a recommendation from them. It's not going to be immediately, but it'll start leveling up. But when you walk into that, your prospect walks in, your focus should be on how do I add value to that person's life? Stop thinking about it's me, 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 me. How do I get these leads? The second, it's like sand. Talk about North Carolina beaches. You got so many good beaches. Imagine for a second, transport back to that beach. Your toes are in the sand. You're calling Jennifer Bullock because you know that you have a client moving to North Carolina, and you can think about the beaches that she has to offer your clients. So put your hand into the sand and lift it up. You can hold a lot of sand
That's
in
right.
your hand, right? The second you start squeezing it, it's going to fall through the hand. And that's a problem that I'm seeing with these agents all the time. When you walk into an open house, they're like, oh, I need to get every lead. Oh my goodness, that person didn't acknowledge me. I need to get that person. No, add value. What value are you giving them? What advice are you giving them? How are you helping them? How are you showing and proving to them that who you are is worth talking to? That's when things start to change for you. When you start coming at it with that approach, when they walk in, that they don't have to sign up to anything. In fact, the only time I have them sign up is if it's a high value property and I need to protect the seller from theft or whatever. Then I say name and license plate. Now, I kind of do that a little bit more than I don't, just for the fact that I want you to come up to me and say name and license plate so I can see, okay, that's Jennifer. Perfect. Because once you go into my CRM, I just have a name. I don't remember who our conversation unless I can tag it after you've done something. But in that conversation, I've already flipped the script. If you don't want to work with me, I don't want to work with you. Just browse around. Let me know your feedback. I'm here. I'm playing that cool scenario. See, sales is a lot like dating. If you think about it, you're like, Jennifer and I are happily married, whatever. But if we were to play that little game for a second, role play for a second, I walked in and be like, "Hey, Jennifer, you want to have kids?" And you'd be like, "What?
That's too fast.
This guy's crazy, nuts, right?" That's what we're doing. Like, hey, you want to jump into a relationship right now? I'm like, no, I just met you. What value do you bring? Instead, you start having a conversation, you get to know each other, you start building that relationship, and things will happen naturally. But also in that relationship scenario, if I play hard to get and be like, hey, yeah, walk around, maybe it's a dating app, and you're just like, cool, hey, how you doing? No, a little more mysterious, a little more interesting. Okay, let me ask you questions. I'm so used to walking into these houses and these agents jumping on me like a sack of wolves that you're like, oh, this guy's actually cool. And people want to shop with who they're friends with. So if you build that relationship by saying, "Hey, come on in, walk around, chat, like whatever." Oh, by the way, check out the solarium in the back. Like it's got a fantastic view of that field. Oh, wow, this guy's actually like talking to me like a human being, not like an check. So the way that I automate my open houses, and the key is to like the factor of what we're talking about today is exactly what I've said from the beginning. Add value. And you can take what I already am doing and put it on steroids even further. Like what I have isn't the best that there is out there. I'm sure that if you played around with it and started taking action instead of waiting for perfection, you can do better, which is what I'd love to see. I'd love to see someone beat me on these open houses because then I will level up because of their experience. So when they're going through that, and I've already taken away that anxiety, like this guy's gonna pounce, he's gonna want my information, get ready. When we walk in there, our agent's name is Dale. All right, cool. Do you know a Dale? No, I don't either, but that's gonna be our agent's name. So if you ask, Dale, like, all right, sounds good. But if you walk in and you completely disarm them and let them enjoy the house and they start to bring their guard down. They're still pretty guarded because they're so used to us like pack of wolves jumping in for the kill. But as they're walking around and they're interacting with the house and they're experiencing the house and you start adding value in the conversation, you start not asking questions like, hey, how long you been looking, what's your budget, like, no, get rid of those words. Hey, I see you got a sports shirt on, you play soccer, bud? I'm talking to the kid or whatever you do. You start adding value. You think, wow, this guy's a human, he cares. Once you've disarmed them, you can get them to interact and give up more information faster and easier and better. So what I like to do is I'll have two QR codes. One is the soft approach and one's a little more aggressive. So as they're walking around, I say, hey, if you want more information about the property, there's a QR code right here. You can scan it, and it's a full digital brochure of the property. When they scan it, they're getting the value, the information that I'm talking about, like the taxes, anything that's in there for you guys might be HOA and what's included, all the features and benefits of the house that you can't exactly see, plus maybe more photos. And it's a link, it's a landing page, it's a lead magnet in a sense. So when they scan it, they see all that stuff. They can scroll through, they can request more information, which would then set up a calendar.
So does that take them to your website, Donald? Is
Yeah.
it to the website or to where's that meeting page?
Let me show you. Yeah, let me show you what one looks like. So you can change and mask a URL. We're working on one right now for one that goes up this week.
I think if you hit present, then I can share it.
Yep, I'm just going to go to what one looks like because we're actually building one right now. I don't want this one. I want this one. This page over here. Where did you go? StreamYard. So share screen. Share screen. There you go.
Here we go.
There we go. So this is what it looks like, right? Gallery overview, videos, map. You scroll down. Here we go. It's just all this information, but you can see all the stuff here. I have one extra spot here that I still have to build in there. This isn't live yet. This house. Got the video. It's got all the stuff, everything in here. But you have this landing page at the open house. Now the beauty about this is there's this QR code. A QR code is just a physical version of a URL. Right. Better take this off because I'm not live yet, and we'll just stop the share for a second. I don't want to get too trouble. We're fine with it. 48 hours out, so we'll be there soon enough. But with this house that we're going to be selling, and we have this squeeze page, this funnel page. This house, it adds all the value because the address, it's got all the information on there. We put all that in there, but behind that is a pixel. So that metapixel allows me to collect an audience. As people start scanning it, I can retarget them on Meta with this house. So when they open up their social media feed, there's the address, there's photos of the inside, there's me adding more marketing because sometimes they need to see the house a few times. The longer someone spends in a house, the more you can close them on that sale. So when you have that constantly showing up in their newsfeed and they're not even there, I have sold so many houses like this where literally, I kid you not, the most common thing I get back is, hey, Donald, my client feels like it's fate that this house keeps showing up. So we're going to bring you an offer, even though we haven't seen it in 2 months, but this house they think this is fate because this house keeps showing up everywhere for them. I've even had agents go through these things and they'd be early for the next showing and they'd be sitting there and they would call me about the property. I'm like, hey, yeah, you showed that 2 hours ago. Thanks for the feedback. He's like, actually, the only reason I'm calling you and giving you feedback is because I'm early for my next showing and I'm scrolling and I can't stop seeing it. How are you doing this? How did you do this? You just jacked up my entire Instagram feed, and now I can't stop seeing this house.
So are you going to show us how to do that?
I can, kind of, yeah. It's all metapixels. It's not really exciting to look at, but I can. Um, I can show you how it's done. My ad account, I'm in the middle of rebuilding this stuff right now because of it getting hijacked from spammers in December, which is like a. I can pull up my Meta and pull that thing on. So real estate. Where is Facebook? So that's one side of it. And actually, while that's loading, the other side is I have a URL. Let me actually just do this, duplicate this page so I can show you what it looks like. Because sometimes people need to see it. Now, this will be showing you on the desktop version. Everything's formatted for mobile because you're not walking around with a computer scanning things. But if I go back out to this, well, I'll share in 1 second. Sites. Oh, come on. Open house. Boom. All right, so I can share this with you. So the other QR code we have, again, is, oops, that's settings. That's not what I want. This one is one. Share screen. I understand. Here we go. So when they scan it, this is what they're getting. Finding your first home, navigating to a larger home, how to downsize properly, beginners. So they can click and choose what they want. Again, I'm adding value. I'm not asking them to sign in. I'm asking them what value do they want from me. So they can go here, navigating to a larger home. Next, where are they in the process? So if they click on this one, they can fill their information in. If they go back here, I'm already with a real estate agent. They can't, it disqualifies them. And what I find is a lot of people say, oh, I'm doing this. I'm clicking this button. So that way I don't have to give my information. The funny thing is I tell them, well, it's a PDF that you're asking for. So I need your email address. And if you have an agent, I can't help you. That's integrity, ethics. That's my license. And I'm not playing that game. Well, I don't actually have an agent. Really? And so what I usually do right away, which actually helps, is say things like, oh, so you want to build a relationship with me and you're starting it off on a lie? Ouch. How does that make me feel? And usually the spouse gives them a nice jab or something like, okay, I'm sorry. Can I scan it again? Yeah, you can scan it again for sure. But again, you don't work with me. I'm not working with you. Trust me. I pick and choose my clients, and so far you're starting this relationship in a lie. I don't know if I can trust you, and obviously throw some humor in there and stuff like that. If they seem like crotchety human being, they're like, yeah, you can scan it again. And once I see them scan it in, I'll go to my side like, do not disturb. Don't disturb me again. That sounds like an annoying human being. So, but when they scan this and they go through and they do fill it out, then it turns into everything that you have experienced with it as a consumer. I want you to think about the last time you bought clothing from somewhere for the first time. What'd they say? Do you want me to email you the receipt? Are you on the newsletter? Do you have the coupons coming to your email? They give you value. One of three ways of value they're offering you in exchange for your email address. The value, again, is not just standing there opening the door and looking pretty and putting out some cookies or whatever you've done. There's no value in that. You're just being a good human and doing your job, really. You're exposing the house that you're trying to sell to the market for more eyeballs, especially for the lazy agents who won't get out and show it. But instead, when you do this, you add value. So let's just say they clicked on, what happened there? That's the back end. Actually, if I go here, go to settings. Oh, there it is. I was like, the head tracking. This is a metapixel. This is what it looks like. It is ugly. It is not pretty. There's your metapixel. It's in the header. If I had done it in the footer, then it means you have to scroll to the bottom in order to get to it. If I do it in the header, the second it loads, you're touched. But if I go here into the automation, wait 10 minutes because I want you to interact with me during the open house. I don't want you to be distracted. I want you to enjoy the house, enjoy it. There's what's called the 311 rule. The 311 rule means that you need to, not only is it 11 touch points anymore, but because of the amount of digital space that we are living in, it's a 311 rule. I need to come across you, or you need to come across me and find me 3 different platforms 11 times. So not just 11 touch points, what it used to be, but it's 3 platforms now. So not only do they have to trust me in person, which does hold a lot more weight than digital, they can trust me in person. They're finding me in the email, and they're finding me on social media because of the metapixel.
Wow.
And so when I scroll down, there's a 10-minute wait because that's what I want. I want them to enjoy my conversation, enjoy the open house. I don't want them to get distracted right away. And none of that. Most of the time, when they say something, they're like, "Oh, it didn't work. I didn't get your email." I'm like, "Yeah, you're great. It means it's working perfectly because you're not going to get it for 10 minutes." And so they got to stick around and talk to me for 10 minutes. It's usually what they do. I don't actually tell them they have to. They can leave and they'll get it in the car. But then as they're walking around, I kind of take a look. Going, okay, it's 2:46, and by 2:56, I'll say, "Hey, it was Steve, right? Yeah. Check your box now. There's nothing there. Check the spam. Oh, yeah, here it is. Bigger home starts here. Yeah, that's right there. That's it. There's your email right there. Contact first name. That's called placeholders. You have go down here, and there should be a PDF. Maybe it's up here. Oh, there you go. Attachment. There's one attachment right there. There's a PDF, a guide based on what he was looking for. Then you wait a day, because think about that retail marketing. You've given them your information in exchange for, I don't know, being on their mailing list or getting your email receipt. What happens the next day? You get another email because the hottest time is in the first 24 hours. So why am I going to call you and start taking you up? Think, oh, yeah, see, this is why I don't give real estate agents my phone number, because they're just going to start harassing me. And now I'm starting to get the restraining order ready. It's bad news, right? You don't want to do that. Instead, it's passive. It's going to wait a day and it's going to come down. And then I have this condition for the team, which these two aren't on the team anymore, but it comes down and it's all customized to me into that situation. Then it goes to wait 2 days, and then 2 days, 4, 3 days. You can start seeing there's 11 touch points over 5 weeks as they scroll down. More automation based on who I am. It's an automated video with my face in there, so you can see it. Again, more automation with videos. Like you can see it branches out and it comes down. And if you don't have a team, it's just you as solo. And essentially it's me and I got an agent. And
so what system did you build that out on? Like, what am I looking at?
This is Go High Level. This is my CRM. This is the CRM I choose to use. Is it easy to use? Not really, to be that honest. It's not like Follow Up Boss or Bold Trail where you plug and play. This is a lot more building, but there's enough things out there that you can do the same thing. These are just automations. The reason why I went to Go High Level is because I can automate text messages. I can put, instead of just emails, I can start shooting text messages. I can start shooting phone calls in here. I can add what's called Thinker AI, Thinker with 2 R's, and I can have in this automation my AI call it and start building the conversation, take notes, and say, "Hey, Donald, reach out to you shortly," or "Hey, do you want me to transfer you to Donald right now?" And those live transfers my cell phone. But at the same time, it's talking to them, building a relationship, giving me the notes. I don't have that stuff built in there. It's not really why I do it. I have enough stuff coming through passively that it works by doing this.
From here, it finds them on Facebook too, you said? Or is that something
That's
else?
the pixel. Remember, we went back here. There's a pixel on that page that they filled it. That on that page, the second it loads, there's a pixel. That pixel creates an audience. So if I go into Facebook, hold on, I'll stop share for a second because there are some sensitive information depending on who's. It's got credit card numbers there. I don't really want to show that off that fast. My wife may kill me. That's how I got in trouble the last time, where someone spammed in. I got pretty aggressive on how I wanted to do a marketing ad. I was like, yeah, this is going to work. And I got really aggressive. And someone happened like 10 minutes later. It's like, oh, your Facebook's going to compromise. I'm like, dang it. Yeah, they caught me. So I went in there and I put my password in for my mobile. And I wasn't even paying attention. And I realized I just logged some loser from another country in. And, it's just not great. Porter, where is here we go. So again, I haven't actually built out an ad retargeting. I'll be doing that this week because we're teaching it as we go. So this is basically a brand new account. I have to share screen again. Share screen. but I'm having to rebuild it in real time, which I absolutely hate. But I'm trying to think of the silver lining, and as I'm building it, I'm recording it, which takes me like 10 times as long because I can't just whip it together. I need to be ready to record. I put the makeup on, powder my nose. Oh, so these are just warm-up ads. These are traffic ads. I got them running just to build an audience, and you can see like it's amount spent $300, 6,000 people, 34,700. Like this is just building an audience, and it's just so that way I don't have to pay a ton of money, and Facebook will recognize and trust me. But if you want to build an audience, you got here to Events Manager. Once this thing comes in, you go to data sets, and there's your pixel right there. Create a new pixel, drop it in. You can see everyone all over this pixel going through. I can see where they're coming from, and it tracks. See 188 people on the 25th of now. The 25th makes sense because the 23rd I did a new blog, and so it's all SEO driven. So all the stuff we talk about at SEO, there we go, 188 people on that day. Now every single person that drops on there, I'm following and retargeting and doing all these things. So I can literally go over here to audiences, and a pixel is just a little alert. So Facebook's got like a little footprint, a satellite footprint on a website outside of Meta, and it's just paying attention when people walk on this. When people go onto the website or onto whatever it is, it goes. So I can go here, website retargeting, and so it's going to be below 1,000 people. Yeah, because it's pretty organic and it's only the last 2 months really. Oh, here you go. Last updated January 12th. I finally got my Meta world back. It sucked. But to do this, I use create audience, custom audience from the website. And then you go, I don't want to do two of them, it'll confuse it. But you go from website and then you just pick the pixel, wherever that pixel is. So the pixel, the meta pixel you have out there into the world on these websites, you just put them right here. But while you're doing this, like, let's actually get some people. Let's get some people in the Meta Facebook world right now. Throw a JB for Jennifer Bullock into the chat if you've ever boosted a property photo. If you've ever had a video for a property and you've hit boost, throw a JB in the chat. Come on, let's see who's paying attention and who's not driving and having this on in the background or trying to fall asleep, and my voice will definitely lull you there for sure. No JBs yet. It'll come. I'm sure everyone at some point has had a nice video of a luxury property or whatever it is, and they have boosted it. That's so good. Oh, there we go. Anne-Marie, Megan. Oh, yeah, you guys are fantastic. Thanks for playing along. Apparently, there's only 2 people online that's boosted it. There is this. Oh, there we go. We got some more. If you don't know how to do this, you just go to boost. It's the easiest way to get more likes or more views for your property. And then you tell your clients, hey, look, I did this video and it got like 2,000 views for your property. Oh, it's amazing. Woo. What did you do with it? Nothing, because you only did half of the job. Then you come over here, you can go to video, go to next, choose engagement type, and you can pick. Wow, you're telling me I can boost that property and then retarget people who watch that video. So if you don't want to build this whole metapixel automated open house, you can still do it without having to worry about it. You can actually just get a QR code of that video wherever it lives on Meta and put it in your open house and say, hey, if you want to see the cool video I got of the property, scan here. And then what you do, if you've been talking to these people and you're like, hey, I want to show up omnipresent in their feed, throw a little hook in there. Be like, you just have to pay attention. If it's a 60-second video, what's happening at second 32? Oh, you're going to be panning the little fountain in the backyard. Ask them, hey, keep watching and let me know what you see in the fountain. Oh, I didn't really see anything. Oh, really? I try to get them to do some cool little thing there or whatever it is there. Because what you've just done is you've made them watch 50% of the video. And then you can click on people who have viewed at least 50% of this video. You can click on it. All right, there we go. We want those people. For the last 365 days, audience name, call it whatever. Maybe it's, I don't know, 14 Riverside or what's it called? What's that neighborhood? River
Lights.
River Lights. That's it. You got a property and audience name, River Lights, whatever it is. 2-story River Lights. Then you go down here, give a description about what it was, maybe, and then you select the video that you had in River Lights, because again, this is what everyone watching right now, Jennifer's going to be doing this for your clients when they sell in River Lights. They're going to select a video, they're going to come down, and you create the audience. So when you've done that and you go into meta ads, so let's go to a campaign. Again, this is a pretty bare bones campaign because I'm using this as a test to teach everyone how to do these things. You go create, all right? You can do traffic, engagement, leads. I honestly prefer engagement, leads, or sales, depending on what I'm trying to accomplish. In your campaign, the campaign is the objective you want to do. Traffic, I only do a traffic ad, and I absolutely hate them, to be honest. But traffic ads are an awareness. Don't even get me started. That's a waste of money. But traffic ads are meant more for warming up your pixel, to build meta to trust and believe that you're not a scam company, because there's so many of them out there. So if you go down and you go to like leads or engagement or sales are fantastic if you have proper funnels, because you need to have an action item on the other side of what they're searching on. But let's just say we're going to go to engagement. We're going to go continue. Never use Advantage Plus. I feel like Advantage Plus exists to just drain money from our bank account. Doesn't great. If I go to manual campaign, continue. Come in here, you create your campaign name, blah, 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 whatever we're called. I'm not going to go too deep on this. We teach all of this and way more with the Agent League. So if you are part of our group coaching, we're going to be going through this heavily in May and June, mostly because I haven't built out the funnel the way I wanted it to record properly. It's on me. April is all about building your. Actually, April is about. Where are we? This is what we're doing in April for all of your different sequences. It does not look sexy, but that's what that hour is for, is to make you do it. So that way you're like, oh, I just bought back so much time. No follow-ups. This is great. Here we go. So you come down, ad set budget, campaign budget. We'll just leave it as is. Again, there's a lot more teaching I can do on this stuff, but we'd be here all day. Now, everybody on this that's watching, I'm going to assume you are going to be selling housing. So you have this absolutely stupid, oh, you're a housing ad. We have to let everyone see it. I don't care if you're selling in River Lights and it's $2 million for a property and it's got the best view of the world and stuff, and it's like the best part of North Carolina. We still have to expose this to 18-year-olds, because you know what? They could be butterfly keepers on home garden television and they might actually pay for this. I don't know. It's ridiculous. But then you go next. I would show this in the US, but I can't. The second I drop housing in there, I'm restricted to the country that this IP address is located in, or actually to where the account's located in. So then you set up your name. Again, there's a whole whack of stuff on how to name things we can go into. You tell it where you want to go. Like, what's the objective? The objection, obviously, in this one is engagement campaign. So you want it to engage, and that's how the AI within Advantage Plus is going to be promoting and pushing the ad. The second you go into the conversion, you're like, where am I pushing them? Great, you've got their attention on the ad. Where do you want them to go? Calls, website, like Instagram or Facebook, message detail. Now remember, what we're about to do is we are, in my case, because I don't have a video set up for River Lights, but in your case, you might have that all in there. So you're like, you know what? I want them to go to a specific website. I want them to go to a website, or I want them to message. There we go. Another one that's actually trending really high right now is WhatsApp. Where is WhatsApp on this one? I haven't done too much on that. There you go. That's this one. Yeah. WhatsApp. Because Meta owns WhatsApp. So there is some integration, some native integration that's in there right now, that WhatsApp is actually a faster way and better way for most people, especially if you get outside. If anybody who's tuning in from a different country like South America or Europe, we got some fantastic agents out that way. This is where you probably want to go more than anything, because WhatsApp is a very common platform. So scroll down. Where do you want it to go? I'll take all of these, boom, and then throw the WhatsApp in there. I'm not going to connect that. If I do this, it's going to go through some authentication I don't want to deal with. We scroll down and we throw our daily budget on there. You're retargeting. You can get away with like $2 a day. That's fine. Your audience size is small. Where is audience controls? Show more options. Oh, come on. Search audiences, website retargeting. It's right there. Boom. And that's because the audience is only the people that watch 50% of that video or more. Now, when you retarget these people, done. And a lot of people are like, hey, you do coaching, you teach this stuff in the coaching platform. I can't believe you're showing this stuff. If you know me at all, I give as much as possible away. But I can tell you, if this is as far you get into the ad space, you've got a mountain ahead of you with ad copy. And the next one is the hard spot. So that's the easy stuff. That is the easiest part of setting this automation up. The hard part is knowing how to create the ads.
Well, so tell us, how can we join your coaching?
Yeah, honestly, we want to make sure that everyone who joins is a fit. We want to make sure that we actually are able to help you. We hear so much right now that they've been with this person or that person's coaching company for the last few years, and what they'll learn from us within the first month is insane. And that's we want to keep hearing that. Unfortunately, it does pain me that people are spending money on coaching platforms and aren't getting what they thought or what they want out of it. We're not a mindset team. There's some fantastic people like Chris Royer out in Colorado who's running that kind of stuff, but or even Sandy McAlpine, she's great too. But for us, it's like, if you need motivation to work, you're not my fit. But if you want to work and you want to level up on systems, on VA hiring, on buying back time, on more marketing or higher level stuff, then that's where I'll come in. And like, that's where Julia and I will come in. But the best thing, honestly, is to reach out to your referral partner in North Carolina, Jennifer Bullock, and she'll connect us, because through Jennifer, she has a discount code because we have a partnership with her. So any of the people that refer her business, we want to thank them and thank Jennifer, because she's a valuable part of our network. We really believe that so actually one of my biggest focus is aligning myself with people who I am most like, or people that I resonate with. And Jennifer is one of the best at actually being genuine, being honest, taking care of clients the way that I would. And so for us, it's a huge part of our network is to reward those and take care of those who are part of other people's network. We are all rising together. We don't need to gatekeep and hold on to things and live in scarcity. There's enough to go around. So again, to answer your question, they can reach out to you directly. They can also reach out to me directly if you can find me on social media. We do have, I'll put that down here. We do have a community that is free to join. And there it is. Let's put it into the group chat if you can see that on social media.
I think put it on a private chat.
Oh, I put it on a private chat? How do I get into?
I think if you just add it to where it says all, can you see everybody's comments?
Comments. Oh, I see. Here we go. Join the chat. Connect. Oh, no, that's not working. I'll just do it this way. I'll go into Facebook and I'll drop it in there. But yeah, that's exactly where you can just find this. Just get in touch with us. Again, I can't stress enough that not that we gatekeep who can be around, but it's really focused on, I can't do two things at once, even though I swear I think I can. I don't do two things well at once. Yeah, here we go. Comment. Everything's hotkeys for me, so I just got to put the hotkeys on. There we go. I threw it in the group chat. But yeah, find us on there. We're happy to help in that way. But that is how you do it. And with those ads, they stay omnipresent. So when you have it going, then guess what? You show up, they can scan it, like, ha, I just looked. And half the time they'll scan it. They'll grab their phone. This is just a battery for my phone because Julia has mine. I've got an offer to do at 6 o'clock. Yes. I'm fine. Don't worry. The house is going to sell. So they'll scan the QR code and they're like, because they're curious. Like, haha, I didn't give him my email address. Oh, great. Good job. Guess what? I got you for 6 months, because with pixel retargeting, I got 180 days to stay in front of you. But with the video retargeting, I can stay in front of you for 365 days. Where I want to challenge you on things is do this stuff anyways. Boost that post anyways. But, oh, that sold in 3 days. This is a waste. Is it? Because I'm pretty sure you're going to sell another house from River Lights. I'm pretty sure in the next year, you're going to do something that adds value to River Lights. So what you can do is you do it if you're like, you know what, I got it. It's been over almost a year now since this thing comes up. Do a video about the neighborhood. Oh my goodness, call Sandy McAlpine. She does a video every 5 minutes and she does a great job at it. Right? So you can get on there. Or Elizabeth
Baker, Charleston.
Yes. Right. So then you get out there and you do a video for the neighborhood and you promote that video because people are narcissistic. Let's be honest. They're like, I'm from River Lights. What's this video about? It's like a little commercial. And that's when you would do a traffic ad, or that's when you do an engagement, a traffic engagement, or even whatever that first one was again. That's the only time you would do that, because you're trying to take that audience that you had from that first house that you had, and you're going to retarget them with another ad that you want them to watch. You're only sending it out to those people as an ad form, so you can do 25%. You don't need them to watch all of it, but you want them to engage a little bit. And you want to focus on your hook. You want to focus on retention, what's called stickiness in marketing. You want them to stay on that video as long as possible, so that way you can get a more targeted and matured, it's not a pixel because it's not outside of Meta, but you have a more matured and targeted audience. Yeah, it might only be 60 people, but if anyone's ever spent money on lead gen, would you rather 1,000? Actually, would you rather 300 leads a month? Because I can get you 300 leads a month, no problem. I can promise you that everyone you call is gonna be like, I didn't give you my information. How'd you call me? Click, right? But if you could get in front of 60 people that are really targeted from River Lights that you want to be a part of, you want to be in front of, and you want to, here we go. That's it. So then you can retarget that with the coming soon when you have that audience saying, now I've got 43. You love 44. Now I got 42 and it's coming up this week. Boom. Whoa, what's this? I get inside information. Here we go. Click on that, engage with it. Then what you can do is you can invite them to your open house again. And now you're showing up again, face to face. Hey, I recognize you. You were from the last one. I'm here again. Perfect. You trust me. We're building a relationship. And like, hey, guess what? I still don't have a sign-in sheet. So keep walking around. Have fun. And
now they're ready to have your babies.
Yeah, now they're like, scan this, scan that, get me on that train. Let's go on this drip campaign. Let's have it. By the way, one little trick that you can start doing immediately. And if you're not doing this already, start. In our area, 2 to 4 is the open house. At 4:30, what are you doing? And I hope at 4:30, all of you have booked a showing for a house that's for sale in that neighborhood that doesn't have an open house. Because when someone walks in and you have a great conversation, and you're like, oh, great, now they're gone. I don't know if I'm going to see them again. It's kind of like after that first date, and you're like, I hope they call. You can turn around and say, hey, you know what? I have a client that was going to go look at this house around the corner. It doesn't have an open house. They canceled on me. I was going to cancel the showing, but if you want to go, I can take you out. And boom, one-on-one time. And then they also learn you don't need to talk to the listing agent to get that showing. Whenever I do that and people take me up on it, they're like, you mean I don't have to go to the listing agent? Like, no, that's what I'm here. I'm a tour guide. Let's go. Would you like some champagne? Let's have some. So this is all the things you can do. Again, what am I doing? I'm adding value. Everything that you do, you should be focused on, how do I add more value? Until you're like that orange juice concentrated Minute Maid stuff, where you're like, it's so concentrated value that if I drink any of this stuff, it's just going to be like, I need some water it down because it's too much. But right now, half of you aren't even Tropicana. You gotta, this is all my Florida people in there. That's a little Sunshine State joke for you. But you gotta just constantly come from a place of value. If you come from a place of value and you give without asking and without trying to receive, things will happen naturally. Look, and again, I'm not trying in any way to sound like a sales pitch, but for anyone who's known me and seen me, and I know Megan and I've chatted many times, and she's seen a lot of things that I do. I don't do sales pitches. I am me. I add value, and naturally, people will just reach out. And if you want to get into the league, fantastic. If you don't, and you just have a question, that's great too. Like I don't actually care. I just want to see you level up, and someone leveling up, and even just saying, hey, thank you, because of what I heard you say this one time, I've started doing this. And then I'll get excited, like, really, tell me more about what you're doing. I want to hear it. Because that, to me, you succeeding and getting that sale because of something you heard 5 minutes of me talking, that is that is worth every second to me.
That's right.
So anyway, there's my rant.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Anybody interested in Donald's coaching, let me know and I'll make sure to give you that code. And I mean, you can sign me up too. I want to be on it, Donald, obviously. You do a great job.
Perfect. As any questions, what do we have in the social media world? What are we seeing online? How, even if it's not to do with this, throw me your question. Give me the hardest thing you can think of. I got the feed up now. I figured out how to do that. I don't have StreamYard. Riverside's usually what I'm on. But throw a question to the chat. Give me the hardest thing, your biggest bottleneck right now. Let's solve it right now on this call. If you're willing to be vulnerable, I'm willing to give you whatever information I can to help break what's holding you back.
Come on, anyone. I know there's questions out there.
Oh yeah. Some people are driving like, I gotta pull over. I can't.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, don't get an accident. If you're listening to this from the car, because I know you're all busy and that's your office. If you saw my car right now, it's nasty. But
mine too.
And if anyone is ever, one thing I'm struggling with right now, and maybe I could poll the audience, is after months of trying to sell this house and retargeting and all these things, finally get an offer. Only condition or contingency, I think was what you guys would call it, is the septic inspection. Well, this house has been vacant for 2 years. And so this lovely septic inspection happened about 2 hours ago, and I get photos that a tree has decided to put its roots right through the septic. So now we're trying to figure out, what do we do? The quote is $50,000 to replace and fix this. So spending the time to update my CRM. All right, Rick, how's that? What's the question there? Or is that just like a statement? If there's a question in there. Segmenting your database, if maybe that's where he's going with the segment database, do a one-click survey. Throw a one-click survey into your group. Also, I want you to start thinking larger. That metapixel is so powerful. Imagine you sent, literally driving.
Of course.
Imagine you could take what you have learned about the metapixel in just a short period of time and then repurpose it in other funnels. Because once you start looking at things in the idea and aspect of funnels and landing pages and lead magnets, a lead magnet doesn't have to be a value where they're downloading something or getting something from you. You can do instantaneous lead magnets. Did you know that a birthday card for your past clients is also a lead magnet? Happy home anniversary. You send an email. There's a link. Happy home anniversary. They click on the link. They're on a funnel. They're on a website. It has a pixel behind it, but to them it looks like a Hallmark greeting card with, I don't know, someone like, hey, happy home anniversary. It's been whatever. It's another trip around the sun with your house. Hope you still enjoy it. Whatever that is, as long as the page loads, guess what? It's been a pixel. You can stay omnipresent for 180 days on their social media. What do you got here? I just have to go through all my different database and put them in one sheet somewhere. Or you can make your life easier, and every single database you have, figure out what database you're going to funnel into and use Zapier and just do custom flows right through it. And then it'll all be set up in one spot.
Make it sound so easy, Donald.
It's called parsing information. So it actually sounds crazy, but if you think about how much work it is to download each CSV file, go through and label the columns properly, then integrate it back into the website, you can literally go into Zapier and then just say, hey, contact first name, contact last name, contact last name. You can go through and you can just go automate, send over.
Yeah.
Done probably in a half hour, maybe an hour, depending on how many custom values you have. What other questions we got? Anything?
And let's wrap it up in a couple of minutes because I do need to go back to the hospital. But let's say like 2 or 3 minutes of any kind of questions. Let's ask now.
Yes. And then, we'll wrap it up. But again, next week, you're going to want to tune in because someone much better than myself, being myself, didn't help me with lead conversion at the Open House. Being myself. Okay. That's just asking better questions. Ask questions. The more questions you ask, the more to lead. And again, come from a place of value. Actually want to help them. Don't want to get their information. Help them. And the more you show up in the same neighborhood, if they're shopping in that neighborhood and you keep doing open houses in that neighborhood, they'll see you. I don't know how many times I've gotten clients because like, oh, you again. Hey, it's me. If you hated me last time, it's not going to change. But the thing is, next week my wife is going to be here, and if you think I ramble, I go on bunny trails and whatever, but she is a weapon with systems and virtual assistants. And I can't remember the topic you guys have, but it's probably something to do with systems, automation, virtual assistants. We have 8. We have 8 virtual assistants, and I'm itching for one more. I'm not gonna lie, because they help out so much. They are phenomenal. Oh, your phone, your voice cut out. I can't hear you at all. Chicago doesn't want you talking. I don't know why. But all right, guys. Well, I know she's got to get going. I've really enjoyed everything with you guys, and I'm going to see Jennifer again in 2 weeks when we wrap up our mini series. But next week, definitely tune in because Julia is going to bring the heat with some virtual assistants. And if you thought that this was cool, wait till you see what she's got.